Welcome everyone to season 8, episode 3. I see you had the book up. I grabbed my Mistborn book real fast. I was about to be like, "Oh, wrong book."
I go for the upside down one, but I've done that before.
Yeah, yeah. It's the only one sitting right here. Actually, you have my Path of Daggers, so I've been listening on audio
Yeah,
book.
this is it.
Well, I have a hardcover, but I don't want to open that one because it's pretty.
It's too pretty.
I don't.
Don't want to mess up the binding. Got to keep it nice and tight.
I have the cool juniper book covers and everything, and it's I don't touch that. That shelf's just there to look pretty.
That's for looksies.
Yeah. There's not even Wheel of Time books in there. It's just random like cardboard cutouts, and I had
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So Chris is coming. So in case you noticed that he's not here right now, he is on the way. He sent me a text message saying, "Hey, I'll be 10 minutes ish late." And about 10 minutes ish right now. So whenever he gets here, we'll pop him in. But we decided let's get the show going. So quick couple of announcements because we got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, my wife's mad at me because how much we're recording these days. So tomorrow night, we are going to be back again. The Will Reads is with the Will Reads Does Cosmere, doing part 3 of the Wave Kings. That'll be at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, right here on the YouTubes. It will not be on the podcast. So if you don't check out our YouTube, go follow our YouTube channel because that's where you can get extra cool stuff. And it's you don't have to be a patron or anything, just extra stuff we do. So that's tomorrow night, Wednesday. If you're listening to this podcast next week when it finally comes out, you missed it. Sorry. You should be watching it on YouTube. Or you can go check out YouTube because you'll still be there. But yeah, so we're going to do part 3 of the Wave Kings, reviewing it, kind of going through that. Then on Friday night, nothing on Thursday, Friday night, we're doing Watt of Fortune, our monthly Wheel of Time game show where we do Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Time style. I got 3 contestants coming on that. Excited about all that. Should be a ton of fun. This is our last episode of the season. Just because I decided that it is. We've done 12 of these now. This is game number 12. After this, we will go into a playoff round for the next for the summer, pretty much, where different winners will come back to figure out who's the champion of champions for Watt of Fortune. So, but this is the last chance. And then we'll do season 2 and more people can come play and it'll be a lot of fun. So if you do want to play that, join our Discord server and let me know and I will get you on a list of people to come play. And we will be getting more and more people, not just content creators, but other people that want to play to come on in and play that. So lots of fun. That is Friday night at 9 p.m. And then we are not doing the Cosmere Reads podcast on Sunday night because it's Mother's Day. We'll be doing it on Monday night, but we're going back to Sundays after that. We're just doing it for 1 week only, just for Mother's Day. And we'll be switching back. So like I said, there's just tons of stuff coming on. So just stay on this YouTube channel and just don't leave.
Things will keep popping up.
Things will
you
just
won't
keep
have to wait. You won't have to wait too long.
You won't have to wait long at all. It'll just be fun. Good times. So before I get into personal life, we do have a guest. We have Wine Spring Cafe. Our wonderful, yes.
Yay.
She's on a couple of different shows, I think, right? I mean, you do your own content, but then you're also aren't you on the Will and Chill show?
Will and Chill. Mm-hmm. That's
Critter?
The only other one. Yeah.
Okay, with Critter.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you cook or make lots of real time inspired foods like Trolloc Balls.
Yes. Yeah. Check out winespringcafe.com and Trolloc Balls is a hit. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nine Eves garlic gnocchi soup. I have heard so many lovely things about that one, so give it a try.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and these are definitely in the books. They're not made up at all. Totally in the books. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a lie. That's a lie.
And hold on 1 second. Wait, keep going.
Are you going to check it out right now? I love it. Oh, maybe it's Chris calling to say.
Oh, it might be Chris.
Here. Yeah.
I got a message that said "let me in," so I think he's trying.
Oh no!
I've been backstage.
He was calling me to say, like, "Hey, I'm here." I'm sorry, I'm running a show, man. I don't.
You're good.
Wait, where's Chris? I hear his voice, but I don't see him.
I know.
Right
No,
Hello.
that's not Chris. At least it's not totally clean right now. When did you clean shave it? When was it smooth?
I cut it to look like this on Thursday.
Okay.
This is how I cut it
Okay. You went for like the dusty look.
by accident.
We got
No, Alan, we're not trying to look at you.
No, I know. I'm trying to dick. I try to make it big. Let me see if I can do this.
Let's see if I talk. There we go. There you go. So literally, I'm not lying to you. I messed up because I broke a guard and didn't realize it, and it was like, and so
then you
I
had
took it down to this on Thursday, and this is no growth.
Look at that baby face.
Yes.
Now,
I got the
don't
chubby chin and everything.
yeah, don't get me wrong. You're still a handsome man, but I'd gotten used to the beard. You look
I
great in
have
the beard.
too. I hate looking at myself.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I've done it before too. Like shave it and you mess up, and then you're like, crap.
We're starting over.
Gotta start all over again. Yeah. So been there.
Except yours grows back in no time. I guarantee you, next Tuesday it'll still look like this.
Oh yeah, I'll sneeze
Oh,
and I'll
yeah,
be like this.
right.
So
Alan and I never struggled to grow beards.
like I'll clean shave. Like I'm like, oh.
I've been taking tweezers and pulling the hairs out to
Oh
make
my
them look
gosh.
not out completely, just enough to where they start to look like
Just
they're
give it a
growing.
little tug.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, I've shaved completely clean shaven in the last 10 years, maybe like 5 times. So each time I do it, my wife hates it because I always do something funny. Because you got to. I mean, I did
Right.
the
old Van
the
Buren.
Van Buren before.
Oh my
I've-
God.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite.
I've done like the handlebar mustache that like comes all the way down.
Oh yeah.
Are there photos of these
Giant
that we can
chop.
see?
There's
You know?
somewhere. Yeah, I got the handlebar one somewhere. I'll find it and post it. I do have that one somewhere. For the longest time, that was my my Twitch streaming like profile photo. When I used to play video games, because just like me mean mugging with like a with like with the handlebars. It's great. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna try the trolley balls, by the way.
Do it. They're delicious, y'all. They're so good and they're easy.
Make some trolley balls.
That's what she
Yeah,
said.
do the pork chops. Yeah, I gotta do it next. Maybe next time I'll do that where I get the giant sideburns coming down.
Oh, yeah. So sexy.
If
That's
I
a
ever
look
if
for
I ever
sure.
do finally decide to shave again, we'll see. We'll see. Cool. So I know Widespring, you're in the middle of talking, so I'm sorry. Chris just showed up, but yeah.
It's
So
a very important call.
yeah,
We understand.
yeah, no, but find Winespring at it's Monday nights, right? Well, until she'll show.
Tuesday nights. It's actually
Tuesday.
usually like right now too. We kind of
Oh.
stream live at the same time. So,
Oh,
but I
yeah,
was like,
we-
hey guys, sorry, I got an invitation to a very important location I have to be at. So we put that on hold for
Ooh.
today.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Okay. I will send apologies to Critter and tell her sorry taking co-host away. Sounds good. Cool. Yeah. So
So normally it's the Will and Chill on Tuesdays, and then I also
Mhm.
do the Nights Who Say Chill, aka the band of really, really nice good guys streaming for D&D.
okay,
So that's fun. And then the website, winespringcafe.com.
that's fun. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Do y'all play D&D?
No, I
Not
haven't.
currently, but
Okay,
it's
all right.
been a minute.
Kind of.
I'm gonna- all right.
Kind
Kind of.
I mean, it's a tabletop game. I mean, I've played a few times, and but I'm on the shit list, so we're not going to talk about it tonight.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I'm
moving on.
chaotic evil, and
Cheese,
Oh
goat.
no, are you?
yeah.
Yeah.
As a character, I just derail the
No,
entire
in life,
in life
Yeah.
with
on,
everything.
on this show,
Um, I
everywhere.
just derail everything. Anything I touch just turns to dust and gets everybody upset.
But it's
Oh,
so
you're one of
entertaining when he
those.
does it. You don't even get mad. You're like, it's okay.
She was worth it.
Life's
Yeah.
ruined, but we had a good time.
There's so many times that Ian's going through something serious in life, and I'll just make a wisecrack, like prank or joke about it, and he's like, "I hate you."
They-
But
Thanks, buddy. I needed that.
I know you're down, but let me kick you a little more. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
When the phone call starts with, "Hey, this will make you feel better," I'm like, "Ah, shit, here we go."
Like get well soon card with a dead animal in the box or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He doesn't kill the animal. He goes.
No,
out
no.
and
I
finds
find
a dead
I
animal.
find a
Right,
dead
yeah.
animal.
Oh, sure. That's
Yeah.
slightly better.
It is. When you think about it, it's
Put them
would be way worse if he got like his own roadkill, like
Oh
ran
my
it
gosh,
over
it's
and
gonna
then boxed it. That'd be bad.
cover my ears.
Okay.
now.
And we're gonna return back to what happened over the weekends with
Yeah. I was about to go to story time about the dead seagull, but when Adam Demansky was trying to get his girlfriend back, and he's like, Alan, I need to get my girlfriend back, and it was Julie, I think he was dating in college, and he was like, yeah, let's get a box and put something in it and put it in for a doorstep. It'll stay outside, and like ring the doorbell and give her a present. And like, Alan, you're in charge of getting the present. So I went down to the beach and walked on the beach to find something to put in a box
No.
and found it at Siegel. So I stuffed the
Yeah,
on the
the
box.
box.
And
What's
put it
in
on
the
the
box?
and he showed up and she opened the thing and it popped out. Like, I was like, I want you back. It didn't work out. They're not together.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know what went
I
wrong.
don't know what's wrong there. Well, first that was getting me to get your present. Anyway, so
He should have known.
he should have known better. So, yeah, personal life. What happened? I don't know. Last weekend was busy, like crazy. I went to the air show. That's what I did. Yeah. So Langley had their first Langley Air Force Base had their first Air Force show since before COVID because they haven't
been a
had it in a
minute.
few years. Yeah.
I heard the Thundercats were awesome.
The Thunderbirds. Yeah. The
Thundercats.
They were really
Yeah.
cool. Well, so like we didn't actually go because one of my good friends has a landscaping business that he owns, and the cheapest real estate he could find to where his shop is, where all his like equipment is literally, I mean, literally, you have to like right before the gate, you turn down a dirt road, and it's at the end of the runway. So like
Yeah.
at his fence line is where they start the post for like the landing, like lights or whatever. So like they come
Free
over.
show.
Like when they were coming over to like do high speed passes and stuff like that, like they came over us, like you could smell jet fuel. Like it was just
Yeah.
like I mean, it was just like I don't know if they should be breathing this in, but it's really cool, like how close we are to these jets. But
I'm
Yeah.
in danger.
I'm in danger. But the F-22s were cool. The first time I saw F-35s going, they're pretty cool. But the Thunderbirds were really cool. They had a pretty good show.
Were you blown away by how big the F-22s actually are?
I've seen them up close before, but yeah,
Okay.
it's still like I mean, it's every time
when you see them flying in the sky, you're like, oh, that's neat. You see it in a video, you can't really appreciate like they're like twice as big as a lot of the other fighters out there. They're massive.
they're big. They're
Very
big
cool.
jets. Yeah, but they're cool and they're fast and they're stealthy and they, impressive.
And they've got boom boom sticks.
And they got boom sticks on them. But yeah, so they're doing all sorts of tricks, doing flat spins and all sorts of upside down twirls. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, it was fun. One of the guys was with us, like, I hope they break the sound barrier. I was like, they're not going to do that, man. There's too many houses around. Like,
Yeah,
you'll break all the
they'd be
windows.
replacing a lot of windows.
Yeah, so they're not going to do it. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun to bring the kids out. It was a little loud. We had to cover because I mean, like my youngest is still an infant, so like he wouldn't keep we had earmuffs for him, but he wouldn't keep them on. So like every time that we saw Jet coming, with like clip his ears real fast. He's like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. Did that and then just worked on cleaning out my shed. So like nothing else really fun.
Fixing up your she shed.
It's my workspace, my wood shop. But yeah, other than that, did we go to parties? I think we went to a birthday party too. I can't remember.
It was a busy weekend.
Yeah, it was busy.
It's too much.
That's a typical weekend for him.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's a lot. You need a day off from the weekend.
Yeah, because we ended up going somewhere afterwards. I can't remember now. But yeah, we didn't get home till like 8 o'clock at night or something like that.
And then he did another podcast.
And also Sunday. Yeah, Sunday I ended up doing a podcast, which that was fun.
Well, cool.
No shameless plug.
I
There's
already
a
did
moment
that
for
before you
it,
showed
for
up.
sure.
I did it before you showed up. I did the shameless plug. I can do it again. Cosmere Reads, go check it out.
There it is.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
First episode was great. Anywho, I don't have anything exciting. I got the final offer for this new job. I start on the 22nd. Like I mentioned before,
Yay!
yeah, I only have to go in once a week and then I telework the rest, which
Oh yeah.
Chris and I have been talking about this. The being in the car with the back issues, that's been the biggest problem. So this is gonna be huge. But then I'm also so my commute is 1 hour each way. So 2 hours a day I've been commuting. So 4 days a week now I get 2 hours back. So what am I gonna do with that? I've got, the pool in the neighborhood's opening up. I've got a small gym in my garage, got a membership to the Y down the street. So I think I'm just going to straight up dedicate those 2 hours to gym time and like lazy gym time. So don't freak out, Chris. I'm going to go in there and start throwing around big weights. The first month, I'm just going to go meander around and do a little
Hit the
workout here,
treadmill.
a little bit there. Yeah. Little stair climbing action. And as I start to get a feel for it again, I'll start pushing myself. But-
And then read part 4 and part 5 of.
oh yeah,
He was so quick this go around. I was like, he finished before me.
I'm glad. I am
Yeah.
glad you went
What?
quick on that because I could not stop listening. I was like, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
Yeah.
going.
I made
So-
Chanel listen with me in the car. This
oh, that's
weekend.
great.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting good.
It's a lot happens.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it tomorrow, though, guys.
We will.
Yeah.
So like my grandma turned 94 on Saturday.
Oh,
So she's
Whoa,
actually
that's
down.
awesome.
She's down in South Carolina visiting with aunt and uncle. So we actually drove down and stayed with a cousin and surprised grandma for her birthday because she wasn't sure if we were
Mm.
coming. And so that was cool getting to hang out and just chat with her and talk about what she's seen in 94 years of life and how the times have changed. And she's still sitting there on her Facebook like the rest of us at 94, like posting her pictures and and making comments. And then we saw Guardians.
I heard it was good.
Yes, me
Ah, it was
too. Me too.
good.
Haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
I won't go into detail, but there were like 3 or 4 moments where the tears like
For sure.
like-
For sure.
like they would like start to come. A couple of them they would get snatched back because they would be like tear and then a moment of excitement. So oh, that's cool, Zool. But yeah, like that was just an awesome opportunity. And then we went to the Wells Fargo Cup and
Okay.
watched some golf
Yeah.
and it celebrated my sister-in-law getting engaged on the 1st.
All
Yeah, that's
right.
right. You mentioned that. That's
Congratulations.
great.
Yep, it happened. Phenomenal engagement on the beach. He went to Pablo Escobar's home in Mexico and like took pictures and then walked her along the beach and took her into this little cove. And they had a whole little dinner set up, and he dropped down on
Wow.
one knee, and I'm like, "Look at you, show off!"
All right, let's
I just
stop
tortured
that.
Chanel.
Meredith might listen to this at some point. So stop talking about that. Just that bar is too high.
I gave Chanel multiple like breakfast, lunch, and dinner options, and then
Well,
made sure her nails done, her hairs were done. That's expensive. So
mhm.
Yeah.
That is expensive. Yes.
I worked with a girl that her husband, I don't know if they still together because we haven't kept in touch with her, but her husband was like on a company in Atlanta and started dating her. They met online or whatever. And to like for their engagement, he bought one of those around the world plane tickets. So like they went and
What?
like actually flew to different places around the world, like for their, I was like, that's too much.
Wow.
I might take Meredith.
That's
I'm gonna take Meredith
awesome.
on a bar crawl. That's
Applebee's,
That could
Joe.
be fun.
Applebee's.
right.
We
Yeah.
might go to Weston Sizzler.
We'll
if you're
do
lucky.
Chili's, Applebee's. Then we'll end at Texas Roadhouse, like really high class.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Butter biscuits, man.
Yeah.
Big spender.
Yep. Or Olive Garden, be like, baby, you can get all the breadsticks you want. It's on
It's
me.
on me.
That bowl of pasta is never ending, just like my love.
That was awesome. Yes. Excellent line.
Oh, man.
will you be the pasta to my sauce?
Oh my gosh.
I might actually use that now. I hope she doesn't listen to this.
It's
It's too good to
Write
waste.
that one down. Write
Right,
it
it's
down.
too
Yeah.
good to waste.
Awesome. All right. So we're right on time. 20 minutes in. Ready to start this? Or Winespring, do you have anything you want to add or anything going on?
How was your weekend?
Yeah, how was your weekend?
I had a great weekend. I saw Guardians 3 also. Super loved it. Won't spoil it. Hope you guys like it as much as I did because it was
can't wait.
awesome. Then went to a friend's housewarming party and played some games. It was really great. So
Cool.
super
Nice.
chill weekend. Mhm.
Awesome. Sounds like fun.
I love my adult friends that are down with like getting together and like doing board games or cranium.
Oh
or,
yeah.
Like
Oh my gosh.
that
Yes.
group of friends that's the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing to do right now is my oldest son's 5. He's super into Star Wars. So using it as an excuse to play Star Wars video games with him.
Nice.
He loves watching me play the video games. So he's like, Mom, can Dad play Xbox so I can watch him play Star Wars? And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, right, Mom?
Yeah, that's what we should do
That's
for
some
2 hours.
All afternoon. Fun times. Hope she's not in the other room listening right now. No more for sex.
Oh no.
Anyway, so you guys ready? Jump right
Let's
into
do it.
chapter 3,
yeah.
A Pleasant Ride.
Sure.
That's what she said.
That's what she
Oh
said.
my.
Always.
Right off
That's the
the bat.
second one of the stream
Right off
already.
the bat.
Okay. Yeah. So we start. We're in Elaine's point of view, but we're hanging out with Avienda. And I guess they're talking about the message. Evan discovers Elaine did not receive her message.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we're
Eh,
specifically with them, but we're
And
still
sea
with
folk.
all of them. They're
The sea
traveling
folk.
by horse
Yeah.
to whatever that destination is. They decided the farmhouse or
The farm,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah,
Yep.
the farm.
Yeah,
So
your
they're all
caption for this stream
around.
kind of says it all. Lots of
They're-
farm time, not really farming, but at a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It totally says it all.
Even plants and trees used to the heat were beginning to wither and die. And yet another time she might have enjoyed merely seeing the countryside.
Yeah. So things
Yeah.
are pretty bleak. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And everybody's kind of jostling for power here. I mean, it's still kind of all tense between the Aes Sedai, the Sea Folk, the Kin. Everyone's kind of like in the Aiel as well. Even with Avi ended there, it's kind of like a wild card because everyone has these preconceived notions of all these different cultures, and they're clashing all here, and they're all kind of in this trying to decide the pecking order, and it's really interesting.
Yeah.
You say
I mean,
interesting, I say annoying.
the first statement was you can't do that. Like that is the first quoted text is you
Mhm.
can't do that.
Yeah, I do what
And
I
it's
want.
like we
Yeah, I work
can't
for
start
no
a war
man.
with them. Certainly not before we use the bowl and not over this.
Mhm.
So like Avienda was justified in being thoroughly frustrated, if not outright pissed off, that her note didn't get sent out to where it needed to go. Mind you, Elaine was like, I probably wouldn't know what you were talking about to begin with. Like I'm not an Aiel. You have to remember I'm learning and I'm loving the learning
Yeah.
and I'm trying my hardest, but there's a level of code switching that I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
so who's also learning here? Avienda's learning that she can't trust these people.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
and
for
and
sure.
not just the people she relayed the message to. Like I don't understand the Aiel culture completely yet. Maybe I never will at the end of this, but it seems like within their different groups, like trust is a big thing. They don't operate as individuals, they operate as teams, and they're like raised like that from the beginning, right? And Avienda's thrown in this mix. There's no other Aiel around, it's just her, and in every way she's trying to operate the way she's used to, she's finding out, all right, this isn't going to work with these people.
Mhm.
So probably, well, obviously, she breaks down to Elaine in a little bit here, so she's very frustrated and feels kind of worthless, and all that. So I kind of feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
and then you literally have the IO kind of, the Aes Sedai slip in there. Pardon me, I couldn't help but overhearing your friends last because Avienda's like, I told her no matter what, like it has to, the message has to get there. And then she's like, it might be in your best interest if you gave your friend there free reins with the Afian Mir. Like, so many levels of manipulation. I feel for Avienda because she is starting to learn some of the politics and the fact that in her culture, when certain statements are made, it's taken very seriously and people act on it.
Mhm.
But for these cultures, that's not the case. If they don't see you as a credible person, they're not going to heed your warning.
Yeah.
Or maybe intentionally not deliver the message and be like, well, I hope something does go wrong and then I can blame her. Or like trying to intentionally cut your legs out from under you. Like,
yep.
Mhm.
People are
If
shady.
something
friends
happened, then they
everywhere.
can take the bowl and run with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it very much seems like they're looking for that opportunity every chance they can. Like, if we can find a way to just take the bowl and dip out of here, let's do it.
And
Right.
the Aes Sedai are playing the long game of like trying to sow that seed of distrust and chaos.
Oh
in
yeah.
every opportunity that they can because they want to have some semblance of control in the situation. So
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like that fake control. Like, after reading these chapters, I'm like, great, here we go. Like, I thought for a split second maybe Nynaeve and Elaine actually had some real power and authority here. Right, exactly, right. Don't worry. I figured out how wrong I was.
Laughable.
But
Shame.
with this little influence here or there of the Aes Sedai and like this good advice that they're giving to Elaine, it's very obvious that they're just like, okay, you want to be in charge? Sure. Like outwardly, you could be in charge, and they're just pulling strings and starting rumors and whispers here, whispers there, and they're still running shit behind the show. They're biding their time to try and make Elaine and Nynaeve look like fools or put them in their place.
Right.
Yeah, they're working hard to wear Elaine down, especially like one after the other, coming up and confronting her about something and bringing up something over and over, never giving her a break. And she's by herself. I think she says something about being frustrated about like Nynaeve not being there to help her.
Oh,
like
Nynaeve
sieve through these
chasing
people.
land everywhere.
She's busy, y'all.
Yeah. And also,
there's always that one person who will always.
And the third component that's going on is like the kin are trying to wiggle their way out of their responsibility with Ispin, the Black Asha person they have captive. They're like, we don't want this responsibility. Like we're supposed to be subservient to Aes Sedai, not.
To be fair, why would you? Now I kind of get it, but I don't. Like, I wouldn't want the kin to have to be the ones responsible either.
Isn't that a little dangerous?
I don't know if it's a full trust thing too. I mean, I don't know if Elaine and Nynaeve and Aviana
they don't trust the Aes
Sedai that are there.
They don't.
You got to assume that every Aes Sedai is potentially Black Asha. There's no way to know.
Yeah.
So
you also don't know if these Legion women aren't all Black Asha either.
Our dark friends.
Dark friends.
Well,
Black Asha.
dark friends.
So I mean, I get it. Like they can link and they can do it, and then there's not that level of manipulation that Aes Sedai tend to have. But didn't they come with a small party of Aes Sedai sent?
Like 20 Aes Sedai.
Yeah. You think you could have found at least 2 in that bunch that you trusted enough to link to like lock down this Black Asha. But clearly, like I don't know, the dynamics here between the Aes Sedai and the way Elaine and Nynaeve are having to play them, just really it gets on my nerves just a little bit here.
Yeah, this group as a whole needs some more shared trauma to really bond.
What a statement!
You know what?
That's how we do in the military.
The rain is coming, right? The rain over here. Didn't you hear the thunder?
Oh yeah, it's on its way.
Yeah.
I mean, we get there at the end of these chapters. They're about to share some trauma.
The thunder's coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue, Alan. Get us back on track.
Yeah. So that's all going on, and then Nynaeve's, of course, still eyeing.
Wait a second. What do you think about all this? Give us some insight.
Winespring.
Winespring. What do you think?
My insight is they're doing the best that they can with the resources and experience that they have. I will say that one of my favorite things from this chapter, I actually wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. It was about Elaine not having a voice for shouting, how she gets all like high pitched and squeaky when she's yelling. And like reading those chapters or those paragraphs where she's yelling at people, it's like you can just picture this Elaine, especially now that we know what she's gonna look like.
Trying to make her neck a little longer and just
nose a little higher.
Does that happen in the next book or two when she becomes queen too, and she's trying to get everybody's attention?
What are you talking about?
Right after Moraine
I'm supposed to
comes
confirm
back.
or not. Yeah, I don't know what to say here.
Of course you are.
Alan, you didn't give her the keywords.
No.
It's either sure or Raffo.
Interesting.
Raffo. Okay. Interesting. What?
Raffo.
Or if we're getting close to being right, you could be like, wait, that's what you think? No, no. Okay, sure, whatever. Yeah, you can think that if you want.
You're supposed to give me a wink. You're supposed to give me a wink and a nod when I get real close.
Oh my god, I didn't know. Oh god.
No, you're not.
Feeling so guilty.
Nope, not at all. So while all this is going on, Nynaeve is doe-eyed over Lan, and he's out scouting the countryside, and Nynaeve's sticking with him rather than helping out Elaine manage the group. And Elaine's, like, what the hell? Like, we're supposed to sit together and help. Like, like, what are you doing over there? And Elaine's just plans are just to head to Camelin after the bulls are used. After it's used and they got everything's fixed, the bull goes back to the sea folk. they can dip out. She can go back to Camelin and become queen, right? That's the idea, right?
Super simple. Well,
Yeah,
even
super
she thinks
simple.
about it. She's like, yeah, if I was there when my mom went missing, this would have been easier. There's gonna be some other people kind of vying for power, but I'll still work it out.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
No big deal.
Right. And we have a lot of history in these books so far whenever our main characters have thoughts and plans on what they would like to do, it just
Pizza from the
happens,
Muppets.
right?
It's so easy. No
so
communication
easy.
necessary.
Right. You don't, or they don't get drug randomly in some other direction, or they
Nope.
don't get Taviran or anything like that. They
Never.
everybody lives happily ever after. So you can pretty much guarantee that it's not going to happen, or at least it's not going to be easy. Like, even if she started on the path of actually trying to intentionally go back and be queen, that's at least a book or two worth of shit that has to happen to get there.
Interesting.
Sure. I like this. Sure.
Yeah. If it happens in this book, it's going to be like the last paragraph. There's no way Jordan gets us there that quick.
Yeah, nothing's quick with George.
Yeah, I was about to say. She said that too.
He takes his
Hey.
This is the third one.
That's what she said.
Anyway,
She also said that.
she did.
That's what she said.
All of these moments where throughout this entire journey here, Elaine continually has these interactions, and it's Aes Sedai after Aes Sedai after Aes Sedai after Aes Sedai. At some point, you just gotta be like, if it were me, I'd have whipped my horse around and been like, leave me the F alone.
Back up. Mm-hmm.
It would have only taken one really good, like.
She kind of did, but it also, to Winespring's point, like, how effective was it? Does she have that ability to really snap people in a place with her tone?
And then that's when you use your resources. That's when you get out. You let Avi in. I agree with the first one. Let Avi into a little loose.
Let her go.
But not just on the Atheon Mier, but let her loose on the whole group.
Oh my gosh.
Let her put some foot in it. But then again, she's gotten soft. Have you realized this yet? Avienda is getting real soft.
Well, she realizes that. She
mentions it. It's all the doubt. She's doubting herself so much. It's a self-confidence thing. Like, what is her potential? Still very great, but she's doing it to herself a little bit. A lot of insecurity.
We see some of that in the next chapter, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how and this chapter's just set up for the next two chapters. So there's not much else I have in my notes, unless there's anything we missed.
Well, we have a Linnyism.
Yeah, we do have
Linnyism.
Linnyism.
It's one of those things men's are for, taking the blame.
Whether they deserve it or not, you just give it to them.
It or not.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Don't forget that part.
Boy.
They always deserve it for some reason or another.
Oh, Lenny.
That was the other part of it.
That's the story of my life.
I was gonna say it's that line kind of makes me sad, but there's a lot of reality there.
I'm not the one. You touched the wrong one.
Yeah.
I will quickly tell somebody when I'm right.
Yeah.
I get in trouble with that quite often.
I had one just the other day. Let me whisper this. I won't even the one cooking. Won't nowhere near the kitchen. But then there was did you leave the stove on? And you know what I said? I said, oh shit, yeah, I did. You know why? Because I didn't want to deal with anything after me saying it wasn't me. I wasn't in the kitchen. That would have been, and I didn't want to have that conversation that would have followed that. So I just, yep.
There's a whole song for you. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Y'all know that song, right?
Yeah, I did the remix called "It Was Me."
It was me. It was me.
I did it.
Nice.
Even when I didn't do it, it was me.
Saw the marks on my shoulder.
There it is.
Where the strings get louder. Said right then it was over.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
She got me red-handed.
All right, real question though, Chris. During this moment, so I was thinking a little bit like what Winespring was saying, like, Elaine, she tries to use her "I'm in charge" voice, and it's not quite where it needs to be, but she has something else that the other Aes Sedai don't have. She has not used the Oath Rod. She could use the power to smack down an Aes Sedai, and we know she is powerful. Now, I know this is kind of like the nuclear option.
But of course, when she does it, then she gives them the right to do it back.
Yeah.
It's too
part
much
of it.
honor, I think, to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about using loud voice that, like, if you do it sparingly, it has a lot more effective. Like, it's a whole lot more effective.
That's true. Maybe she.
I mean,
maybe she just works
so
on that.
I don't get like upset and get loud often, but when I do, all my kids start crying. Like, and I feel horrible afterwards because
Right.
it's like, and I feel bad, but like at the same time, it takes like a whole lot to get me to that point where like dad voice comes out, like where
Right.
it's like,
Daggers.
but then I feel like then everybody's peeing themselves and crying, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, kids.
But
like I
Sounds like a mess.
I bask in that.
I guess my question, though, maybe you already kind of answered, Chris, is I don't think this was a situation where that should happen. But there's been a couple we've been in so far where I thought either for sure Nynaeve, because who she is, she's about to channel on an Aes Sedai, or maybe the Aes Sedai deserved it. So, like, do you see that happening where they just say, all right, screw it, and, they use some wind and tie up an Aes Sedai and float them over the
has
corner?
become really tame. It's funny. She's opened herself up to her magic. So she's opened herself up to a lot more emotions.
Oh, yeah.
song.
Yeah,
Like,
for
It's
sure.
not, we're not just angry all the time.
No,
She's
so,
more like developed now.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't know that it's going in a direction I care for because I liked the badass, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Obvious though.
True. And that's wear off on Elaine for sure. So I don't know. Maybe as a reader, there's been some parts where I'm like, gosh, Elaine, just throw a rock at him, like, or a pick it up and force him.
I mean, to that comment point, I mean, obviously it's scared of getting toe. So, I mean, that's part of the ideal culture. I mean,
gotta watch out for that toe. Just looking at that terrifies me. I don't.
Sexy toe.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't this also the area where Nynaeve comes out and she's like, darn it, this man, he's taking me out of my ways.
Yes.
Like, please forgive me. We can't skip over that part. Like, I'm trying to find it.
But she comes in and checks in, and without even getting an answer, she's like, looks like everything's fine. You're handling this? Okay, bye.
Yeah. But then she comes back the second time. She's like, oh, this is happening. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Like,
Oh, that's
I
in
can't
chapter
believe
5.
Is that okay? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
she's
That's
like,
coming up.
I've been behaving like a fool. It's that bloody man's fault.
yeah.
That's my favorite part of this whole chapter.
I got that quoted. It's good.
My least and most favorite part of these 3 chapters is her.
You know what's
coming in and
bad?
talking about that.
What we know about Lan, if somebody turned to Lan and was like, Lan, is this your fault? He would go, yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
He would
good
own it all.
man.
He would just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he would. 100%. So you guys ready to move on to A Quiet Place? Chapter 4?
Zool, I completely agree. Throwing a fit wouldn't do any good with all
Also
these
a good
moving power.
movie.
A Quiet Place.
It was a good one.
It was. It was a little freaky of a movie.
yeah.
I'm not into the horror genre, but I have seen that one.
It's good.
I'm not a huge horror fan. Not because
Women are the only people in the world that are horror fans.
Yeah, it's actually for the exact opposite reason. Most horror movies don't actually scare me, so I just don't like
Most
them.
of them are funny because
Yeah,
They'll
now if
cheesy.
it's,
Like the
now if it's
cheesiness level.
horror comedy or if it's super cheesy, I enjoy B movie horror a lot more than I would like trying to scare me because I'm like,
I do get scared by some of like the religious horror, like Exorcist type
Sure.
movies.
That's
The
the
Exorcist
Oh
with
my God.
Emily
like
Rose, like
monster
that,
slasher
Yeah.
movies, nah,
the demonic
nothing.
stuff that gets me.
Yeah,
The Righteous Gemstones. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
like,
scary
yeah,
one.
but if you get a guy with like his eyes torn out speaking Latin, that's gonna get under my skin like nothing else.
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon.
Such a good movie.
It's a great movie. It's totally underrated too. I love Event Horizon. That's a good movie. Anyways, next chapter is A Quiet Place. Which there's nothing really quiet about this place they're going to because they they get to the farm and everyone's like literally like a fox in the hen house, like
They just lose it.
stews and like people go running everywhere, like
And they pass out.
here, like run.
I feel like it was quiet before they came. They brought the noise.
Mhm.
So
I
maybe
love
that's
the imagery of them all just scattered.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Or how about the one that faints and then she gets up and faints again? That just
Yes.
keeps fainting. Oh,
That's pretty good company. Yeah.
that'd be me.
Yeah.
That would be you.
Yeah, so they get there and announce that Ice and I are here, and panic ensues. Everyone scatters. Like, I mean, it reminds me a lot of high school / college parties when the cops show up.
Oh,
at
yeah.
least in my hometown,
Running, jumping the fence,
like
swimming in the river.
literally scatter. Like, I vivid memory in my life is playing capture the flag with Ian and a bunch of college friends, and we went to a park after sunset, and parks close at sunset because we were gonna play capture the flag. Not because we were really into capture the flag as college age kids. It was really because we were broke and couldn't afford alcohol. So the next best thing is we were bored and we were like, well, we can't get drunk, so let's go do something else. Let's play capture the flag. So we're in the park after dark and running around, having a good time. We had t-shirts as flags. Next thing you know, cop lights flash. Everyone scatters. The spotlight comes right on me. Like, and I just sat there and put my hands up. I
was halfway home by the time they caught Alan. I was like, I'm gonna just run home.
You got me. So like I walk into the cops and and like literally the cops started like grilling me. Like, what are you doing here? I was like, we're playing capture the flag. It's like, sure you are. What drugs are you using? What alcohol are you drinking?
Drugs you dealing?
Yeah. What, are you vandalizing? Are you out there vandalizing? I was like, no, like literally it's like, who are you playing with then? I just see you out here. I was like, no, my friends, they're out there. Why'd they run? I was like, because there's cops. Like, I don't know.
News.
You showed up.
You got to be used to this by now.
Shock.
You showed up, so they ran. Like, it's.
I'm just here taking one for the team, literally.
Like, I remember, like, all sarcastic. They got on the megaphone. They're like, so Alan's friends out there. If you're out there, come on out. Ha ha. No one's gonna show up. Like, they're just being sarcastic.
From behind a bush, I'm like, no.
Nah, bro. Nah.
We're good. We good.
I ain't falling for that.
Go away. But sure enough, my friends did. At least some of them did come out, and they're like, "Oh, you guys really are playing capture the flag?" Like, yeah. They're like, "Well, you can't do that." I was like, "Okay, we'll leave then." Like, sorry.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
I was being an asshole to them too, so that didn't help because they're.
Well, we did make them let us go back in the field to get the underwear that we're using as a flag because we didn't want to litter. They were like, no, just leave. We're like, well, you can't make us litter. That's entrapment.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
You got to let us go get it.
Well, they had handcuffed me like before you guys showed up, and like they had me and they were like questioning me, and I was like, what am I being pressed with? Like trespassing. I was like, okay. I was like, well, that's not going to stand up in court. It's like, well, what are you going to tell your future employer when you have a record of trespassing on your?
Oh my gosh.
You know, that's what the cop was saying to me. I was like, I'm going to tell him that some asshole cop arrested me for flying capture the flag. That's what I'm like. I was being a dick back to the cop. So it didn't help the situation. Like,
no. Could have gone worse. Could have gone worse.
Well, these farmers were not acting the way Alan was. These farmers were scared.
Acting the way Ian was acting, which was run.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
They just dipped. I was one of the ones that even Land couldn't catch, and Brigitte was getting pissed off. I was gone.
They need a horse to catch you.
Yep.
You're like Jimmy Jones, remember?
Oh yeah, jumping all the fences. I know the little narrow paths to take, hiding under bushes as they run by, and then run the other way. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
This would make like a funny comedic montage moment. Like just play some goofy circus music. And, you know, you see where the ladies run this way, then Land runs that way, then Brigitte runs that way, and then they all run the same direction. And then they run into each other, scare each other, and like one of them faints.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. That's how they.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Prime, if you're listening, that's how you got to put it on the big screen.
Yeah. You just have one person running around in a circle the entire time, screaming.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. That'd be great. So yeah, so let's talk about then the Warders go out to try to catch them. Elise is upset with Rihanna because feels that she's betrayed the kin by bringing the Aes Sedai there. There's a lot of talk about that. And they're like, dude, they've known. Like, what do you mean they've known? Like, they've always known. Like it's
not a secret.
It's not a secret.
You know, and was it Elaine or Nynaeve that chimes in with the reassurance of they can become
Right.
Aes Sedai or everybody's welcome to
Right.
the tower, not turning anybody away at this point, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So
Yeah, but some of them don't buy it either. They're like, sure, what? So we can turn away again? Like,
they don't buy it from Elaine.
Right.
There's still that youthfulness, lack of agelessness, clearly not Aes Sedai. It's only when one of the Aes Sedai, and this is one of those sneaky moments where the Aes Sedai are actually displaying their power to everybody else. And I think maybe Elaine's starting to catch on to it, that nobody was taking Elaine seriously until one of the Aes Sedai kind of came by and was like, yeah, it's true. Or like, oh yeah, I'll co-sign this. And then they're like, oh. Well, the Aes Sedai are down with this then. Yeah. Sneaky.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I mean, anything from all that before we go to Adelius and Van Dien sneaking off with Espen to do a secret interrogation, which pisses Elaine off a whole lot.
It's necessary evil, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Anything before we move there?
No, this
okay. Let's move.
Full lead up was kind of comical, but not too.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. But yeah, so they go through the whole White Tower stuff. You know, we went through that. Some of them are not believing. And then we get to the scene where Elaine gets upset because they didn't ask permission, just took Espen to interrogate her, which Espen gets super defiant anyway, saying she's on direct orders from Elida, the true Armelin, so it doesn't matter what you guys are doing here, rebels.
She was trying her hardest.
She was. She tried.
Yeah.
I mean, but are we sure she is really a dark friend? Maybe she is there on Elida's orders.
But she still wouldn't have been able to do the things she did without
without being
breaking the oaths.
I'm kidding. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe she worked her way around that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. Who else do you think is a dark friend? Lionsbury?
I think every single Aes Sedai that's used to Oath Rod is Black Asha.
Oh my!
Yes.
What a theory!
And I love how like Aviana threatens her, and Adley's like, "We're not allowed to shed blood during." And it's like, I ain't no Aes Sedai. Like, I'll kick your ass right now.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. Like, I don't follow your rules.
I don't have this awesome dagger just for looks. Like, I enjoy using it.
Yeah.
Elaine got pretty intense here too with the questioning, like acting like she was going to go in there and bloody her up.
I was really hoping she was. Am I the
you
only
wanted to
one
see that side of her?
I wanted to see if she really could get to that part of her. Like I just everything.
She was building up to it. She was hyping herself up. Yeah,
exactly. And then she didn't do it. It was such a big letdown for me. For her to kind of like get in there and build it up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then just get taken out slowly and explain to, honey, you've never done this before, but we have. You're
not ready for this.
You're not ready for this life. You're not about it. You're not at all. Yeah. Don't worry. We'll give you the information we think is pertinent, but you know, you just
that's the real danger there.
That was what pissed me off more than anything when they excused her.
Oh wait.
And then she did nothing about it. She dropped from here to here for me.
Right.
Like, you can't see my hand on the screen anymore because she just dropped that low. Now, did I really want her to be a G and hurt this woman? Yes, part of me certainly did. But then there's the
but does that make you a bad person, Chris?
No,
yes. The point is,
as a leader, I'm not going to ask you to do what I wouldn't be willing to do.
Right.
There you go.
I need this information. I'm gonna go get this information.
Well, and you hit the nail on the head with the biggest risk, which we know is going to happen. Information is going to be received
from
but she's not going to hear about it. They're not.
Not only did they like escort her out and tell her what she wasn't going to be able to do. You don't know me. You don't know if I could do this or not. Not only was she told what she was not going to do, they put up 2 levels of you not listening in. Not one. They're like, blah, blah. Like, I was like, hold on a second. Are you kidding me? Yes. Why can't I just sit in the background then and listen?
Oh, you just want to watch?
Why can't I know what else is going on?
You're just trying to watch when them ladies up in there.
Sometimes I just like to sit back and.
So how many?
What is happening right now?
I don't know. Are we talking about time still? Are we talking about something else?
Sure.
So Somebody was like,
Sure.
somebody
Laugh,
sent this.
listen and find out.
Somebody sent this, not so much joke, but I guess like question that really makes you think. I've never participated, so I don't know. But they were like, what happens like if you're in like a massive orgy, like 10 people, and like you're the first to finish? Like, do you just excuse yourself and sit off to the side and watch?
No, because by the time the 6 months is
do you
done, you'll be
leave
ready to go back.
No,
in.
you
You
help
leave
out,
the-
dude. It's a team effort. All right.
I don't know about you, but I like
Teamwork,
either eating a
dreamwork.
sandwich or
It's a
taking a
team
little nap
effort.
afterwards. When I'm
Nah,
done,
bro.
everyone's
Oh
done.
my God.
It is done means
My
done.
eyes.
No, done
My
means like in
eyes.
10 minutes.
I know. I'm
gonna
gonna have to
break
relax
lines
a little bit.
Oh my God.
So-
What was that gift?
That's finger blasting. That's
That is
balefire.
finger blasting. That's balefire.
Finger blasting.
Yeah, we call Bellfire finger blasting because
Right.
it's
Which
'Cause, yeah,
obviously
obvious.
is
Well,
SpongeBob
obvious.
doing it.
Cut-
But
because
is the best.
That was a real commercial. We did not create that for
Not
this
at all.
show. Yeah,
Wow.
that's the real
Yeah.
Wow. What is
Yeah.
happening right now?
Anyway,
He's like, I should have stuck with my regular Tuesday plans. Man.
and even if Elaine couldn't have done it, I feel like Avienda could have.
Well, so yes, but then doesn't Avienda confide in Elaine that actually she couldn't?
Yeah.
Or at least within
No.
her
That's part of
culture, this
her-
isn't
yeah.
something like
it's
she's
tough.
not at that level yet.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
where all that doubt starts coming in. Like, what am I even doing here? Like, even with, among my
Well,
own
she's
people,
still a child amongst
just-
her own
I'm-
people.
right. And I'm being asked to do some like serious shit here, but I'm not.
I'm gonna need
there.
them to grow a pair of ovaries.
Here we go, Ian. A question
And
for
get
you.
in there and do what needs to be
There's nothing
done.
wrong with delegating to someone with experience, though. Ian, should the butter bar listen to the sergeants?
Yes. Yes. Although every once in a while, you do get a good young officer,
Mhm.
but they still can't do it by themselves. If they don't pair up with, a good E7 to learn how to actually do shit, it doesn't work.
Right.
So that's a good point. But we're talking about, so if we're saying the ones with experience, these sergeants, these senior NCOs, if we're comparing the Aes Sedai to them, now we're talking about like the douchebag senior NCOs, the piece
Yeah.
of shit ones. In which case, absolutely not. That LT needs to steer clear of that, because I hate using the word toxic because everybody uses it, but you need to not touch it and don't let it touch you at all. So I don't know. Got to think about that some more, but I think that's one of those circumstances where yes, that butter bar needs to cut ties and run his own shop.
Chris, you're confusing people with your new facial hair.
I know.
So I responded with Chris who?
Call me Perrin.
Oh, very nice.
What is a Chris?
It's Chris. I don't know what's going on here. So back to the story. So after the whole, all of that, meanwhile, the Scatterkin and the farm has been gathered up and they've settled down. Elaine and Avienda go back to searching through the storerooms to find more Angreal. They find 2 more pieces, some gold bracelet and rings, and a seated woman and darkened ivory.
Didn't they find a bearded man too?
That was, I think, last chapter they did. Or did
Yeah,
they-
that was last time. The one that was
I like the
Robert
bearded
Jordan.
man better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust him.
I don't trust
You really
anybody.
don't? You don't
I
trust
don't know him. I don't know whether to trust him. I'd rather be
Yeah.
in the room where it happened. I
We
wanna
ain't from the
hear it.
same block.
No.
They ain't from the streets. I grew
Again,
up
to
on.
be excused from my interrogation and to be blocked. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep going back to that. But anyway, so yes, they did find 2 Angreal that could strengthen the others. So I think I found that it was very fitting that they now have 3. Even though they need 4, it was fitting that they have 3. So they have 1 for each of the people in the party right now. So, Avienda technically doesn't really count as an Aes Sedai right now. So I feel like that's coming soon enough. I feel like Avian is going to make her way back to the little white tower and become, full-fledged Aes Sedai. You don't think Avian is going to become? I think she is.
I'm hoping that with the Egwene, Nynaeve, Elaine, Avienda, these specifically the channelers that have not taken the Oath Rod, and all these farmer ladies out here that have not taken the Oath Rod but could channel. I'm hoping that they see the value in not doing that, and they recognize the danger in the Oath Rod, and they don't. So,
I'm not saying they're going to take the rod.
If they come back, or if they join under one umbrella, even if they call it the you said that, and because you said that, this is gonna sound messed up. I immediately thought back to when Nynaeve got a hold of the black rod, that finger blast.
I can't right now.
I couldn't even finish my thought because I started laughing inside my head.
Giggity.
Which rod do you want? Oh, I want the black rod. All day long. Oh man.
Back to but serious. I get what you're saying. The hope is that they hold out.
Maybe they go that way, but I hope it's different.
Yeah, we hope that they don't take the white rod,
right?
Because the white rod is whack in this situation.
Right, it's got problems. Yeah.
But
there's the red rod.
There's the red rod and the black rod. Maybe
I sent your mom the red rod, and she did not like it.
It's in my garage right now. Okay. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't know how to turn it on.
The fact of the matter is that I feel like they're going to go and pledge their fealty to Egwene. Yes. And that way they become Aes Sedai, but just not Aes Sedai in the traditional sense.
Yes.
Because we know Rand needs Aes Sedai,
the female
that are more or less classically trained to do. Yeah, poor wine string. Anyway, do what needs to be done. And we know that Rand specifically needs like 3 women. Like he's going to have his 3 women. They're all going to be Aes Sedai. So Avian has got to become an Aes Sedai at some point.
For sure.
She might become like a green, a battle Aes Sedai. Or,
under those conditions, I accept. Yes.
So sure. I know it's kind of on a tangent, but
it's going to happen now.
I'm going there because they're getting tools that they can use now to help enhance their powers. Mm-hmm. And we know that it's important to these chapters, but I think it's going to be even more important as we get down the road.
Is the power enhancing all that's happening here? Small tangent. I am concerned. We talked about it a little bit last episode where Elaine was like, well, of course I could do this. I'm the only one who can make Terangrial. Like I'm the most experienced, blah, 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 blah. But again, in Jordan fashion, like there's going to be a moment where she learns some humility here. And because of what she's working with, it's going to be a very dangerous lesson. So is it as simple as, well, I just kind of channel as I hold it. Oh, and this enhances my channeling. Okay, then I know exactly what this is for. That's it. And nothing else. I think there might be something else. And we don't know what that is. And that's concerning. And then not to jump too far ahead, but then there's what everybody senses when they're channeling into the bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have anything to do with the Ongrill they used? Or is
that's all to do with the bowl of winds.
It could be the bowl, but it also
100%.
Maybe there's somebody in the group that's a chick, but that's a dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know that's possible. There's all sorts of things, but my mind was also like a possibility.
That's interesting.
It could be a problem with the Ongrial themselves. But there could be a
that's all to do with the bowl in my mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get there.
We pretty much wrapped up this chapter, I think.
All right, but we got to talk about the lineism before we move on.
Okay,
right?
yes.
Is there more?
You can do whatever you wish, child, so long as you're willing to pay the price.
And that's the point I was making. Like, she should have gone in there and she should have interrogated. She's
all right, we need to demand a rewrite.
I need a rewrite.
Well, hold on, though. That lineism, it's great, right? Except it's only really solid advice if you know what all the possible outcomes are. The being willing
That's
to pay
true.
the price but have no clue what that price might be, that's especially in the world they live in and the
There's
magic
some
system
things
they
that I
live in
might
and everything that's
participate
going on.
in that may not be good on the receiving end.
Yeah,
you know?
but you have an idea of how things are going to turn out. Like a hint of what the possibilities are. What I'm saying is what
there are
they're
some
dealing
times
with,
I completely agree.
they got no idea what I'm trying to clean up our act here, Chris. You're not helping. Look, back to my joke. Chris is still going. I finished early. Now I'm just sitting on the sidelines. Like, I guess I just watch and listen. Like, I don't even know what my role is now. Can I go in the other room and take a nap? I don't know.
Oh, no.
No, but to your point, I do agree with you. Like, you can't say that without the certainty, and that's I
Or
think
even a
in
high
that sense,
probability of what might happen, but they have no idea.
that's why you have people to work for you to protect you from those things. Like,
Mm.
I remember working for a boss who brought me in right after a horrible audit, and we were going through stuff 6 months down the road, and I was like, you need to get all of this under control. And she's like, send that in an email. Okay, send an email. I'm just gonna forward it on. And it kept getting passed and passed and passed. And then we're like 2 months out for the next audit. Well, this didn't get taken care of.
Ooh.
Well, we passed it on.
Right.
I'm like, but we could have fixed that. So wasn't our job to do. But aren't you afraid? We passed it on. It's
We
not
made
on
the
us.
people know who needed to know.
See, I'm not that
Damn.
person. Like, I would
love
be the
corporate
one.
America. I love corporate America.
This is this is community
Sure.
college life.
I remember my job first out of college. They had a shred bin at the end of the hallway, and I put suggestion box, like a label on it. And the upper people did not appreciate my.
They didn't like that.
No, like that's what happens here. You make a suggestion, it's pretty much just put in the shred box.
You made your point for sure.
Go anywhere. I have toe. I have toe.
You got 10.
All right.
There's not much that I haven't done that I haven't asked to be done that I wouldn't do myself. But there are some things that are out there that I may want to see done or participate in, but definitely not gonna do. So
Yeah.
You don't have the king shame. We
yeah.
Yeah.
I would
don't
torture,
know.
but not. I'll torture,
We
but not
don't
want to
kink
be
shame.
tortured.
We ask kink why.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
very important.
I'm kink curious.
Kink why? Why?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So anyway, next chapter. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I've been to campsites where there are contraptions
Oh my gosh.
hung up outside of people's campers, and I can't even conceive of how it's supposed to be used. Like, I wouldn't even know how to climb in it. Okay, so I have
Climb
questions.
in it.
I have
Right.
questions.
I want to know how things work. What if
The
it
mental
breaks? How do you
image
fix
that
it?
conjures.
Yeah.
Not gonna knock you, but that's
Awkward. You know what? No, not really. It's not awkward. At least not until you said awkward. Now it's awkward because of what you said.
Yeah. Did I make it awkward? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyways, chapter 5, the breaking storm. Anything from chapter 4? I think.
Did
we
it break
finished-
though? Yeah, these
Oh, it
two
broke.
chapters were just lead ups.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chapter 5 is where all the meat is.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
yeah,
That's my
we'll
favorite number.
get to that. But so now we're ready to use the bull wins. Finally. All the strongest channelers from the Aes Sedai, the Kin, the Windfinders, everyone, they climbed the highest hill of the farm, and they're getting ready. And Nynaeve's super impatient. She's like, just get it over with. Like, I'm
Let's get it on.
yeah, Avienda's feeling really bad because she tells Elaine that she failed her because she didn't make a large gateway and doesn't know how to question Ispan and feels like she's failing and she has toe now.
And what was, Chris, are you there? Elaine gave a pep talk, but it wasn't like a great pep talk, but it was basically like, pull your head out of your ass. Like we're just
we're
we're doing the best we can. Like what Winespring was saying earlier, that was kind of Elaine's thing. It's like we're doing what we can
making
do.
it. Yeah.
You're doing what you
Did
can
we
do.
skip over the whole like scatter like roaches?
What is it?
Did we skip over the whole scatter like roaches?
Oh no, we talked about it.
We totally talked about it.
When
We
they first showed up. Yeah.
We
Where
just
is
didn't talk
Chris?
about it. I just,
Yeah, we talked
in
about
my
cops
mind-
running. We had a whole thing about side story about cops running from cops.
Oh.
And yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did
Yeah,
think
we
of-
talked about
Sorry.
I even said there should be like a goofy montage with circus music and everybody
I
running around.
remember now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I said-
Damn.
How much edibles did you eat tonight, man?
Okay, Samson.
Oh, that's what it is.
He shaved
I
his
lost
beard
my
of
hair,
wisdom,
now
and now
it's
he's like,
gone.
I don't even know what's happening.
His
man.
power's gone.
Powers are gone. Yeah.
That was your
Honestly,
Angreal.
I
Yeah.
actually, and I will outright admit it. Like I had to pick up a quick phone call because I'm having crappy family things going on right now. My grandmother,
Oh.
being 94, she's turning over her finances.
Mm.
And so,
Oh, wow.
yeah, finally,
That's a big
like,
deal. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is. So it's like, okay, people, y'all don't really know the whole of it. Let me give you some information. Let me help you figure stuff out, because I've been like her go-to person, and I've been warning her about this time, and now it's just turned into a whole mess. So
It's like my mother-in-law when she came to me and said she wrote me into her will to be in charge of her medical directives. I was like, you don't really know me
Whoa.
then.
Whoa.
Like,
That's really heavy. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Chris. You probably already know this, but one of the things I learned very early on when I was doing financial advising, and Alan could probably attest to this, even if what you have is a small amount, get a lawyer that does estate planning, because just trusting a family member, or there's so much out there that you don't know of how money works, like in old age and then after you pass away and everything. And I'm not an expert. Alan's probably doesn't claim to be an expert on all of those things that happen. Like you got to have a person that deals strictly in that.
yeah.
And if you take it a little bit out of the family's hands, there's less shenanigans that happen afterwards. And
Yeah.
See, I see it at work all the time, and my uncle is one of the lead state auditors in Virginia, so I know it's not the same realm, but he
Right.
also has a couple of finance guys, and he's got
you might know a
plenty
thing or two. Yeah.
of income and everything, and it's just been the whole like she's doing this over here and doing that over there. It's collecting all the information and putting it in one spot. That's just been like headache.
It is. It's tough. But
It's almost like trying to herd a bunch of women together that don't really know each other and don't really like each other, and getting them to do something very important, like bring back the rain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Exactly
see
like
what you
that.
did there.
Yes.
You see?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
like it's like naive trying to get things organized right now, but she can't because she's so fog-brained by family and marriage and land, and she's acting foolish, and she actually apologizes, which is unheard of.
Not only does she admitted fault
Yes.
and apologized,
And
and
Elaine's
then
just like
begged.
befuddled, like, what?
Yeah. Elaine should have known to stop everything right there, because something is amiss. Like,
Something's
I love that
wrong.
Elaine thought she was ill. Like maybe
Right.
she was ill.
oh no, she's got the sickness.
Yeah. And yeah, so and she apologized, I think, twice, and it's like this is just too much. Stop. Stop doing this. We have important things to do right now. We have to get this circle going. And then we get to lessons on how to edge.
Well, this is also where Avienda is really, really showing out, and she's just like, I failed you in everything.
Yeah,
I felt for her in this moment. I really
Yeah.
did. Like, I did feel bad because
Aw.
she's trying her hardest. Like, she's new to this, and there's these great expectations put on her. And you know, the last time she was running from a man.
Yeah,
she's running from the D.
Chris.
I mean, she wasn't running from it; she ran to it. I mean, how did that work?
She ran from it, but wanted it to catch her.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Yeah. Realizes she's like faster than him, so intentionally slows down. Like, he's gonna get me. Yeah. So Dana Lou, on that point, Chris, I have this question. I might be reading into it too much. Elaine, who comes from a royal family and has never been big on like letting people boss her around, tell her what to do. She gets bossed around a little bit, especially when it comes to the interrogation. And then we have Avienda, who's always been like this super confident, at least she shows to be super confident character, like all of a sudden having like all these crazy self-doubts. And then Nynaeve is also acting way out of character and doing these apologizing, the getting caught up in her emotions and everything. Is that just where their characters are right now with all the craziness going on? Or is there an influence? Is there something here that's like causing these out of character moments for them?
You think they're all synced up?
Interesting.
Well, not like that. I mean, like an evil influence. Or
well, we do know we. I mean,
I guess that is.
They've been around each other for a while. It happens, all right?
It's a natural thing. Get over it.
I'm trying to dig into some evil magic, and like Alan's like, well, simplest
evil
explanation
magic,
is
yes.
usually the correct explanation.
I mean, we do realize that they have had their minds played with a little bit.
Yes.
And I forget about this. We don't really know what happened.
Yep.
We just know that something did happen.
There was some influence.
So there may be some. I'm not completely disregarding what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's
just enough to make me go, a lot of
coincidental.
Yeah. I know they're all under a lot of stress, but
yeah, there's like the element of like being travel weary, like how much has happened leading up to this point, just exhaustion kind of hitting and causing.
I mean, from that point,
some conflicting reactions.
This bowl of winds might not have anything positive to do with what's going on.
Yeah.
It might be completely negative.
It
seems
go
down that rabbit hole.
It seems more of a coincidence because they are all very strong women. So the odds of them all kind of having a little collapse in some way at the same time, it's just too much coincidence.
But they've also kind of moved away from an influence that would have given them a lot of confidence, whether they wanted it or not. They're not near any Taviran right now.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
something to think about.
The same point. Yeah. I'm with you.
So we get to the point where they demonstrate how to link. So they order Nynaeve to demonstrate the lane how to link, and this is where I get to. It's a lesson on edging because it's like almost get there and then just hold back. It's
that's actually is that tantric? Isn't that a technique?
I think it is a tantric technique. Yeah.
Yeah. You get as close as you can and then
and you just don't quite go all the way. Yeah. It's
yeah.
Chris has left the chat
in the best way at the best moment.
Who finished first now? Chris, you go take a nap and eat a sandwich over there. When you're ready to join the group again, you let us know.
But yeah, so I mean, we get a little bit more about how Link actually works, and more serious talk, and as far as open yourself up like an Augriel, like and then using the person to this is sounding bad too, but put the power through, and then you can just draw from everybody else's power, and then if you have an Augriel, even enhances that even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool moment, like how they
jokes.
Like what? Should I let you like delight us with those jokes?
No.
I don't want to take away from the moment.
Sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
But yeah, also during this demonstration, Renala gets super angry and interrupts and is like, "This is wrong. Like, what do you mean? You can just force someone to like channel through someone?" It's like it seems so
good question and good point.
Like I was not upset at her for wanting to question that.
You mean important. Like you could just sneak up on me and now you're channeling through me with me and like that's kind of effed up.
Yeah.
But the reassurance wasn't one of the Browns that eventually spoke up.
Yeah.
And was like,
Aretha.
I've read like every book on this from the get-go, and this is why we researched it in the beginning, and because blah 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 blah, and you cannot do it against somebody's will. It has to be consensual. And if you don't trust me after this, go try and do it on each other. It's not going to work unless
practice.
Go practice. Yes. Yes.
I
Yeah.
It is.
Um,
Especially the
Dana's
way
for sure.
Elaine is describing it. I mean, Alan kind of hinted at like the drug reference,
Yeah.
or at least Elaine did. Like it
Mm.
felt like that, but it
Yeah.
was also more that, man, my brain has just gone into the gutter. So like I can't think of any
good analogies.
analogy.
There you go.
All right,
On your
Hey,
knees.
good. Sorry. That.
That. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, explains to them that this has been done a bunch of times, that you can't actually, it's safer channeling this way than the other way, because you cannot force someone to channel more than they
Right.
can possibly do. So you can't
But
burn
once
someone out.
somebody opens up, you can snatch it right from them.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. And then they start to link. They form the circle of 13. Elaine passes the link to who is it? To
Nynaeve, right?
no, to
No,
What
Nynaeve.
eventually
no,
goes to
Yeah.
to Cara
Care.
Din Jellin Running Wave, the sea folk woman.
because she claims I know more than anybody about
the
this.
bell wins because it's
So,
ours and blah blah blah. Yeah.
I'm gonna do this.
Now, I love that when they link, they get a sense of everybody's individual self.
Yeah, they talk about like a bruise on Nynaeve's ankle and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
like
Like really detailed connectivity.
Really detailed small stuff, and then also the
Mhm.
mental and emotional stuff, like the
Mhm.
moment of like anxiety and fear. She's saying, "Well, I'm the only one who can do it," but there was a but in her mind,
Yes.
and they all could. Yes,
Very,
Right.
very similar to bonding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Very.
Between an
Yeah.
Aes Sedai and Warder. I keep
Yeah.
going back to that. Like, is that a similar action to the bonding? And then, so Wine Spring last week, I was talking about how, when they mentioned when male and female would work together and channel together way back in the day, they were like that much more powerful. Well,
Mhm.
is this the same process? Well, yes, we know they can link with men. They talk
Mhm.
about that. But is it also the same process as the bonding that we see between Aes Sedai and Warder? Or is there some connection there? I don't really have answers, but
Yeah, that's
it
interesting.
feels like there's similarities.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Good
Yeah.
observation. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, Cara Din Jellin Running Wave claims to know how this all works. I mean, I think it was Elaine that hinted that she actually tried to tell her Onriad to use the Bowl of Winds and made the clouds move a little bit, which she knew
That's
was
right.
dangerous. But she kind of had an idea of what's going to happen. But then they, I guess, make a 4-pointed star over the bowl, and also a column of Sidar just shoots up in the air of all the different weaves, like air, fire, earth, spirit, and water, just shoots up.
Total Power Rangers moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's so beautiful, though. Yes, what a great gift.
Yeah.
Yes, this is perfect. Yes.
That's exactly what I pictured in my head.
Yes.
Work.
Great job on that one.
Come on, let's be
Yeah. And yeah, it goes up and it starts to blossom and spread out all, like, as far as the eye can see, actually further than I can see across the sky, like obviously affecting all the weather. But then something's weird's happening.
Did it really affect all the weather though?
Who let a
Don't
dude into
know.
this orgy?
Yeah.
Who let a guy in
This
here?
is supposed to be girls only. This was
I
not-
find it interesting that they could all sense it and feel it.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
couldn't see it, right? They
They
couldn't,
couldn't
see anything
see
happening.
it, but they
just
could
knew.
sense it and feel it. They knew.
Mhm. Yeah, massive amounts, not massive, but there's but that
Some
they can feel
sighting.
sighted. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that the bolt itself's drawing sighting. They can sense that there's these blank spots that it's not quite touching or not quite moving
Yeah.
towards. That is
And all of a
definitely
sudden
male.
they feel dirty. Just
Mhm.
dirty.
Dirty.
This is tainted.
Gross.
Well, so was that the bowl
Forget about
needing balance?
Well, okay, so when they
Or
first were
was-
talking about the bowl, or when they first found it, something like that, they did suggest that maybe this is something you need both male and female to channel with.
Mm.
Mhm.
But then I still am not confident that these Angreal or something in the mix of what they got, maybe the little locked box that they're afraid to open. I mean, there could be something in this treasure trove that is affecting what's going on, or we could have one
Maybe
of
the
these
bowl came with a
female
spoon.
channelers that is actually or is it like a dude's soul spirit?
Well, so
like, how did that
remember,
reincarnation thing
remember in
work?
chapter
Hmm.
2,
It's a
Interesting.
dude and a chick, but not in a sexual way, like
Mhm.
one body.
remember
Yeah.
in the second chapter, he mentioned the traveler, or what do we call him?
The Watcher.
The Watcher mentioned
Mm.
that the Dark One, went out of his way to touch this earth or this world to like change.
Oh,
the
it needed
weather
a
and
specific
freeze it.
season.
So
Mhm.
maybe that was like feeling his influence. Maybe he used the Bowl of Winds to do that.
Mm.
Or a similar power at least. But they would have to engage with that to change it.
So maybe that's what they were feeling.
Potentially. But that wouldn't be Sidene. That would be the true
Why wouldn't it be?
source or the true power.
No. Does he use the true power or does he use Sidene? And is there a true power out there besides that?
I thought he was
Mm.
true
I can't.
power.
I
the
get
Dark
that
One's
mixed
power.
up. I thought the Dark One was Sidene.
No,
He's
Dark
changed-
One's true power.
True power.
Oh.
Yeah, the one power has Sidar and Sidene, which is tainted from the Dark One, but there's a separate
Okay.
power that's
Well,
true power.
so maybe that again, maybe still with it being a tainted male, maybe that's the true power.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not, yeah.
But to your
Robert-
point, Taint.
Yeah, Robert Jordan didn't try to make things confusing by having one power, true power.
Yeah.
You know,
Not in the
it's
slightest.
not- it's not-
Nope.
it's not-
Not at
Super
all.
easy to remember. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm still going with the whole maybe that's part of what they're feeling.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't
Far
think there's-
Strider in comments has a really cool question. Do you think they accomplished their goal or do they need a male channeler?
No.
To which
Okay.
part?
To which one?
What a nice
I
and
go
I
any deeper
answer.
than that, and then I have to actually explain my no. I don't think they achieved their goal.
Oh, interesting.
Or
Because they need
worse.
male channelers?
So yes, maybe. So let's assume you need a male channeler, but they still did all this channeling into the bowl anyways. They could have caused more problems than they try to
That's
fix.
what I was thinking. Maybe they made it worse.
Right. They're walking away going, "Oh, just give it time. We're just barely turning the rudder on this giant boat. It's going to
Mhm.
turn. It has to turn, blah blah blah." But maybe because they didn't do it correctly, maybe they broke the fucking rudder.
Yeah.
And now this boat's about to spin out, run aground.
Yeah. My great
I mean,
lord
look-
has had the weather pretty.
The next chapter, the next book is called Winter's Heart.
That's been my cheat for this whole time. I keep looking at it, and on the cover, it's winter is coming, right? It's
Yeah.
snow and ice all over it.
So maybe
And they're
like
playing
they
with a
threw
bowl, a
way
weather
over-
bowl.
Mhm.
hmm
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
They're
you're
like,
gonna
we're
have
just-
these-
We're just gonna nudge it. Everything blows up.
Mhm.
I don't know. My
Yeah.
hope is that they fixed it because
Ah.
the people could use a break. We need some rain. Some people need some
Mhm.
showers. The
Mhm.
crops are all failing. Like we got issues.
Mhm.
Oh, Nakomi's on. Hey, girl. Hey, how you
Hey.
doing? Hey,
It's fine. It's fine.
it's fine. Anyway, there's that part of me that really hopes, but there's that part of me that knows Jordan well enough to know this is too easy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's not gonna work out according to plan.
Okay.
But
Interesting. Yeah, that's fun.
Sure.
Fun.
Yes, there we go. Dana, perfect. The day after tomorrow.
yeah, it's
One
gonna
of
it's
my
gonna be
favorite
quick.
movies.
Ooh,
What about the people above that line? It's too late for them.
done.
They're
They're
done. They're done. Yeah. So after they're done, they abruptly, I guess, Care doesn't like gradually stop it. She just releases
Mm.
everything. Everybody's like, "Holy crap, you're not supposed to do that!" Like
Yeah, and
What
back
else?
to the old
She
sexual
is
innuendo
so
of this.
abrasive.
Like
Right?
all the girls when they release, they're like on the ground, like like just you know.
Exhausted. Yeah.
Chris,
That's
or
what
Al-
I'm used to.
right? Chris knows about it. Alan, you probably don't know, but generally after they there's you know, wobbly legs,
know.
knees, and can't the struggle.
it's because I'm a virgin.
I'll send you some
Uh,
I'll send you some clips.
with all my kids. They just showed up one day. I don't know how it works.
Start calling you Mary.
The stork, right?
That's funny. My grandma told me the story of her birth.
She remembers.
And
That's
of her
cool.
birth.
She
And she said, yeah, oh yeah. Well, she remembers is what she was told, of course. But what was funny is the aunts are staggered 2 years. So my grandma's the youngest, and there's the middle child, Sylvia. So, and then the oldest, Francis. And my great grandfather comes out and says, hey, you guys want to go see your new sister? And Sylvia starts crying. And he's like, what's wrong? And she's like, I don't care anything about a baby. I want to see the stork that delivered it.
Oh, so precious.
And
What a-
then
That's
What a
cute.
they grew up
stupid-
on a
what a stupid little kid.
correct.
That is
Yeah.
so wrong.
Oh my God.
I'm just
My aunt
kidding.
Sylvia is
I'm just
96
kidding.
years old and has multiple children who are all brain surgeons. So
What
They're
a dumb
doing-
kid.
I'm sorry, Chris.
no, she was smart enough
Yeah,
to marry a neurosurgeon, and all of her children are literally brain surgeons or
Okay.
rocket scientists.
Well, then she
So
improved.
She figured it out.
Yeah.
At 96, she's figured it out. But
Yeah.
then this
Very
makes matters
nicely
that much
finished.
worse. They grew up on a farm,
Mhm.
and they were told that the calves come from out of holes in the ground. So
Uh-huh.
she would go around looking for the holes where the calves came out of.
Aw.
That's so cute, y'all.
And we were never given sex ed.
Also not very
growing up,
smart.
so
It
Nope.
just doesn't make sense.
So you look for
It-
cows in the ground
I'm
now?
kidding.
I didn't look for it,
When
but
a bull loves a cow, and
Right.
I think it's probably a rough awakening when they like finally got married, and it was like, oh, this is how this really happens.
Surprise.
You want me to do what?
Put what in where?
how does this work? Anyway, so after they finish, they all of a sudden they sense a massive amount of Sidar to the south being used, and they're like, "Wait, that's in Ebadar's direction."
Like,
Like,
is that thunder? Is that rain? Is it
And
happening?
that's more than just one. There's
Yeah.
no way that's just one channel. That's
and
a
they
lot.
see
of
see
channels.
lightning flashing off in the distance, and they're like, "It's a cloudless sky," and like, they're like, "It could be Forsaken." And then all of a sudden, one of the kin shouts, "Shadow Spawn!" And Rockin comes flying over, and they take it down with a fireball. And immediately, Elaine and Nynaeve are like, "Yeah, it's not Forsaken. There's the Shanshan." And they're like, "Who the
What's
fuck is that?"
that?
It's like, that means we got to go now. Like, unless you
Surprise.
guys like
Everybody.
everyone,
Yeah.
we're like immediately one person tries to make a gateway. It's like, that's not gonna work. We gotta run. Like, we don't know this place well enough to make gateways.
Yeah.
We gone. Like,
And
GTFO.
the sea folk are trying
And
to get
they
the bowl
ran.
and be like, well, we're done here, so we're just gonna take the bowl and leave now.
It's like,
Deal's over.
Nope.
Yeah,
And they're like, nope.
No,
no,
Nope. Weather's
we have not
fixed.
seen rain yet.
Yes.
and you made a deal with Matt, and
Yeah.
that deal's still in
yeah.
place.
Yep.
And by the way, if y'all don't want to have a necklace around your neck and be somebody's slave by this time tomorrow,
Jesus.
we
Yeah.
need to get
Yes.
out of here.
Get out now. Yeah, we gotta run.
And
'Cause
everybody
there's no
jump.
way. There's no way they didn't sense what we just did. Like,
Right.
they know
Yeah.
where we are.
I thought you
and-
said we're not kink shaming. Maybe they want a necklace.
Oh, maybe they do. I'm sure if one of them was like, can I try that? I think Elaine would be like, yeah, you know what? Fine.
Just go.
Fine.
Good luck.
Just use my purse. Oh, a necklace.
Where do
real
you
quick.
think they're going next?
Who, the Shanshan or them?
Them.
Oh,
This whole group of
that's a good
ladies.
question.
I'd like to see some power go back to the sea folk if they could find their way back to their boats.
Huh.
You know,
They
travel
would
by
get
water.
beat down by Shansha.
I don't know. Well, yeah.
On the water, yeah, the Shanshan would definitely beat them
But the
down. on water.
Shanshan, they only have. Well, we don't know how many they brought
They
with
have
them.
boats and flying
Yeah.
things. And
I mean, the
power.
sea folk initially wanted to go back to their ships, and they're like, "Yeah, your ships are
Mhm.
gone. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. They're not gonna make it back to that.
you're not going to make it back there. You got to come with us." Like,
They're going to
we're-
go to
Hmm.
Camlin.
Mhm.
Camelin wouldn't be bad. We're trying to hook up with Egwene again.
hold this right around for me. I'm out.
Yeah.
I would love for them to go. I'd love to see Elaine go take her throne back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind them connecting with Rand. I know that sounds kind of crazy at this
No,
point, but that'd be
that'd be
That'd-
great.
That'd be cool getting them together.
Maybe there will be no rain, and then they get with Rand, and Rand's like, "Oh, did you see the little button here? Click." And all of a sudden the bowl starts swirling and
Yeah.
even
I'm-
more.
I'm a little bummed about them leaving Matt behind, but like when they
Mhm.
rationalize it, it just makes too much sense. And I'm like, that sucks. But
Yeah.
what Matt has going for him,
He's buried under a ton of rubble.
Yeah, that's
Well,
where it's
yeah.
come from.
but he wasn't the only one left behind. Elaine's daddy is there.
George Martin didn't write the book.
Elaine's
No.
dad's there. Is Gareth? No, Elaine's dad's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alan,
Yes.
her daddy.
Oh, her daddy. You're talking about Tom. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
A little bit. Dad and daddy is
Important
not the
words.
same thing.
Very different.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Did it wrong.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah,
I
so
would-
different.
Yeah.
I
Daddy.
just want him to be
Good
my
job.
daddy.
Yeah, you said it
Yeah.
God.
Daddy.
Yeah. Yes.
He's just gonna keep doing it now.
Uh-huh.
Just have a whole reel of that. Yeah.
Ooh, Daddy.
Mhm.
We got a lot of ews this time. Not a lot of giggities, a lot of
So
ews.
many.
Ew. Yeah.
But he's there, and Julian's back there, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
at least, like, we don't know what's happening to Matt, but there's at least a couple of competent people that are
Well,
going
he's
to
got
be
the whole
looking
red
for
band
him.
that came with him there. I mean, he's got people.
Yeah, but all them people are probably
Mm.
dead. I think of all the people that stayed behind, it's going to be Matt, Tom, and Julian. Everybody else probably got squashed by.
I
giant
don't know.
boulder.
I think the red band is a little bit more. I don't want to use the word sneaky and sly, but you remember they were a band of like
That's true.
thieves and misfits, and these people know how to survive on the streets.
They could get around. So we
I don't
might,
know
might
why.
have a few.
Mhm.
Wayne, I don't know why this comment makes me laugh so hard, but yeah.
it's
It's John Cena. Ba-ba-da-ba.
You can't see me.
But no, I feel like a good number of the
band.
band
Yeah.
is going to definitely make their way out, and of course we got the little boy. He's still there somewhere.
True that.
Yeah,
Oliver.
Oliver, yeah.
Oliver.
Brigide's future husband, future and past husband.
Sure. I can't. I'm still not on that with you.
I am.
You might be right, but I'm still not there with that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anywho,
Okay. Well,
It
that's
would
how
be
in this
too
chapter.
convenient.
Let's
I feel like it would be
run
way
for your
too-
lives. What do you say, Chris?
I feel like it would be too convenient for him to be her boo thing.
convenient.
Too convenient.
The age difference at this point really throws things off.
Age ain't nothing but a
Mhm.
number. The
Mm.
fact that they
Yeah.
both are end up in the same
When
place
it's
all
a
the time is-
60-year-old and a 40-year-old, age ain't but nothing but a number. When it's a 40-year-old and an 8-year-old, that's a crime.
Yes.
Huge
Yes.
difference.
Yes.
Is that slander? The Red Hand is a bunch of thieves and misfits that were put together, right? Am I wrong?
But they're not
There's some
they're
culture
not
men in there
criminals
too.
though.
Slander.
Oh,
To be a criminal, you had to have been caught and convicted.
exactly.
So calling them thieves and misfits is
They were a lot of
I'm a
horse
thief.
thieves.
it's
I'm
a
a thief
compliment.
and a misfit.
They got away. They got away with it.
Trust me, my younger years.
Skeeter.
It's past the 7 years of Jeopardy, right? I can tell you all the things I've done.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
I had some contacts in Atlanta.
We are live.
Yeah, right.
Statute of limitations do apply for some crimes. So
Right,
Slide that in. That's perfect.
anything we missed from these chapters?
Probably.
Guys, you missed the last
and they
lineage.
scatter like roaches.
Oh, another Linnyism.
A lot of
Can you
ladies.
believe it? One per chapter.
This
I
is
was
why you were here
shocked.
today. Yes.
Yeah.
We signed
Okay,
up for
so
these because of the Linnyisms.
This is the only reason I'm here. No knife is sharper than a sister's hate.
Oh, that's
Wrong.
true.
There's
job, Lenny.
no
Hell
better
hath
truth
no
than that.
fury.
Mhm.
Like a woman's, like Lenny is on point with that one.
Mhm.
Mhm,
There are others where
fire.
I'm like,
She dropping nuggets.
mhm.
That's
but
gold.
that one right there,
It was
yeah.
a big nug.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Was
So,
Lenny ever married? I want to know the man that married her. And I feel
she
like
she was too busy like raising kids.
I
Like
doubt it was
ton of
still like
queens.
there's that hope.
That
she
man
did-
was probably nothing but smiles and cheer on his deathbed. He was probably like, take me, Jesus.
I
Finally.
can,
And she
I don't
probably
know. I bet he was
probably-
super happy.
she probably
I think-
nagged him from the other room,
Nah,
blaming
I
him
was
for
gonna
shit.
say-
You know why you're dying? It's your fault, baby.
Oh my
You stabbed me. How's it my? You know what? Fine, it is my fault. Ah.
He was probably the real quiet type.
Yeah.
He probably never had to say anything.
Mhm.
Lenny had it all handled.
It was probably
He
safer
was a
He
not to
just
say
stay-at-home
trusted
anything.
his lady.
He was a
Yeah.
stay-at-home husband. I'm trying to
Uh,
be like him. You
No,
can
he
call
was
him
the I
Chris.
gotta work. He was the I gotta work late husband. Like,
Uh,
honey, coming home. He like,
Oh.
oh, work's a real bitch today. I gotta put in some extra hours.
That's terrible.
Lenny probably has like 50 kids out there. She's a grandma to many.
Yeah, bro.
So anything we missed besides Lineism?
Lenny's
We
a
got
nice
plenty
to
of-
die.
yeah.
No, with that last lineism, we covered all of
we
it 100%.
It's done.
It was
Amazing.
the first time in show history we did not miss one line in these chapters.
Favorite character?
I want to
From
say
these
Lenny,
chapters?
just so
Yeah,
one
from these
friend
chapters.
can't say Lenny.
Damn it.
But
Oh no,
I'll
whoever,
leave it. I'm not gonna.
whoever your favorite character is, ma'am. Who is your favorite character?
Mine from the whole series or just up to this point?
Sure.
Or Nynaeve. I
Oh,
love Nynaeve from my first read. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She.
I like
I go
Nynaeve.
back.
Damn
and
right,
forth.
Zool. I'm sorry.
Are you going with tall mayonnaise?
I'm going tall mayonnaise just because you guys are calling thieves and misfits. He's not a thief. and misfit.
Alan is
He's a
really
beautiful man.
mayonnaise.
Alan is really upset. Chris,
not
do you have
thinking
one
this.
ready? I don't know if I have one ready.
I want it to be Elaine really badly.
Oh, that's cool.
Just because she is really taking on this leadership role and she's starting to realize her limitations and she's accepting them with grace. Because even though I did give
reason.
the hard time about her not being the one to go in there and to torture and to find out the information, she realized the weakness and that there's something she probably couldn't do. And then rather than like rebel out against, she decided to take that additional step of faith in the people that she allowed to actually do this and realized that she wouldn't have been able to effectively.
Hmm.
It takes a lot for a leader to say, I can't do this and I'll take the assistance. So as goofy and as offhanded as I am about it, I appreciate her for that because we don't have enough leaders these days that will admit to their fault and look for the help.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, and
Okay.
she certainly can't do it all right now by herself. So,
No.
I'm gonna go with Lan because
Oh, good
as
choice.
awesome
Lan's
as
the
you think
man.
Nynaeve is, all he's doing is riding his horse around the woods, and he's got Nynaeve chasing him.
Yeah.
He's just doing his thing, and she's like, "Oh, Leia, no, Leia." There's like wildly important shit happening over here that I should definitely be a part of, but nope, I'm just gonna chase you.
Well, and
Mhm.
to be fair to Nynaeve, and I don't do this often, she has a reason to be happy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And she's gone
I'm not
through a
mad
lot.
at her.
I'm not like as much as I want to crack on her, as much as I want to like make fun of her.
What?
Let's let her
She's
have this
awesome.
win.
It's just what we do.
Let's let her have this win.
Like she has had a reason after reason to be upset and unhappy with life.
Mm.
And now she's got her man. And if Lan is the badass that we all think he is, he ain't
Lan
going
is.
anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
So
Lan is
we're
the
gonna
man.
see a whole nother Nynaeve. Like she's got her powers now. She's got her man now. She is okay with admitting fault. Like that's all of those are huge things.
Huge
That's a lot of growth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hoping this is going to lead to her playing an important. Remember, there was a point in time where we thought maybe she'd be the next Amerlin. We right away went back to Egwene all the time, so we were right about that.
Yeah,
But
Nynaeve was in
the
the Nynaeve was in the
Nynaeve-
conversation the whole way.
she's got some role to play. She's gonna do
Mhm.
something special.
Yeah. My favorite's Ispan for my black sister. She's I gotta give a shout out to her just because she's like, yeah.
She was standing
I
strong.
know your oaths. You can't do shit to me.
Ah.
She
right.
was very, very bold.
I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Avienda's unborn child.
Both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, the twins.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you mean by Was it a gun or a
Yeah, I said that just to read her face. That one wasn't as definitive of some others. So
No, it wasn't like it wasn't a good one.
She held that together pretty good.
Sure.
Like either I'm wrong or it's the end of the show and she got really
She's
good
not
at it.
turning any redder. Like she put
No.
perfect background. I can't tell. Like,
Yeah.
you did a good job.
Well, with that, Wine Spring, I want to say thank you and I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart.
I think my face has actually been red the entire time.
So
Yes.
great.
For
We had
thank
you
you
to
for
a
coming
level
on.
that we
I'm-
only get
I am
treated.
sorry that you came on.
Super fun, actually.
We get Tree to that level, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
This was fun.
I gotta
This was a
get
good
her
time.
and Tree on at the same time and
Yeah.
just watch
Oh
the
my
red
God.
level.
Oh
There
no!
you go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! With this guy.
I think she's
And
the first guest that when that came on, like we gave 0 references to. She was like, "What is this?"
What is happening?
Everybody else had a hint of what was coming.
And anyone
That was-
listening next week, the gift that keeps on playing is the SpongeBob with the finger blasting with the tongue. Oh, because some people listen to
If
our,
you
oh
don't
my
know what we're
gosh.
talking about, you need to watch us on YouTube.
there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, good times. And thank you to Amise, who's been doing our gifts for us. I have not been
Yes,
doing
thank you,
hardly any of
Amise.
these tonight. She's been running everything behind the
Awesome.
scenes. So Amise, you rock. Thank you for being a
Yay.
great producer and helping out with everything. You rocked it tonight. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. How can people find you? I know we talked about the beginning of the episode, but like what's your handles? Or what
Yeah,
are
so on Twitter, I'm at Winespring Cafe.
Mhm.
And the same for Instagram, Winespring Cafe. I am
Okay.
not on Facebook. I have a TikTok, but I've never put anything on it. So
There
come
you go.
say hey on Facebook, or
Winnie.
not Facebook, Twitter and Instagram
Okay.
for sure.
All right,
Okay.
awesome. And go check out the Will and Chill show.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. With
It's a good time.
with everyone. Yeah.
My face doesn't turn as red the whole time as it
Yeah,
did, here.
The trolley calls don't do it for you.
What?
The chalk balls
Trolley
don't.
calls don't do it for you.
What?
Okay. Okay.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, next time on the Wheel of Reads, we'll be covering just 2 chapters, not 3. We'll just do 2 next week. So it's gonna be Threads, chapter 6, Threads,
New
and
clothes.
a goat pen.
No comment.
Like GOAT pen.
A goat, yeah.
PIN.
A goat pen, like you pen them up. PN, like a goat pen.
Like to write with? Like
No,
it's
no,
a
like
pen that's shaped
Like
like
like,
a
pen
place
pen.
where you keep
Like
goats.
the goat's pen.
like as you're signing your name, the pen just screams.
Oh no.
Really
That'd be
weird.
hilarious, actually. And we need that. Next merch item, a goat pen.
Just screams as you write.
I would totally take that to the bank with me. Please, somebody buy a goat pen.
Well, with that being said, how we can find us is at thewillreads.com. It is where we have links to everything, including our social media, our Discord, ways to support us. Yeah, you can find a Discord there at thewillreads.com. It's a little link. You have to know what the Discord icon looks like. If you click on that, it'll take you right there. It looks like a little video game controller if you didn't know Discord's icon. But yeah, so go check us out there, support us, buy our merch. We do have merchandise we sell. Links are there at the website as well, and we have Patreon, so you can support us through Patreon. It helps us do lots of giveaways because we like to give away a ton of crap.
Nice.
I got another giveaway coming up soon. We're doing that on Discord, so if you're not on our Discord, you need to join it so you can get free stuff. Well, I'm gonna give away a hardcover copy of a Wheel of Time book because I'd like to do that. So join the Discord, and that's the only place you'll be able to get it this month. So if you want a hardcover copy of a Wheel of Time book, join. And write reviews, like us, share us. Don't like us, write bad reviews. I don't really care. Actually, I like the bad ones. So keep it up.
They're
And
entertaining.
that's all I got for this week. So
Until next time.
Peace. It doesn't even look right without the beard.
okay, bye.